I've thought about what it means to be a cowboy. 100 years ago was a man who could steer and rope. But even today, the cowboy reaches out to a more general of people. When things get tough, the cowboy gets back up and dusts himself off. I've seen it all. It's the cowboy who does what needs to be done. It's time for us cowboys to come together and awaken our honorable, rugged passion. To rise to greatness among the strong.
Jacobs, who makes the grab and makes the move. Touchdown, Cowboy!
For this is Cowboy Country.
Well, hello, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Inside Cowboy Football with head coach Matt Viator. I am guest host Ron Hayes, pitching in for our usual host coach, Richard Dow. Richard, a little under the weather, so in light of that, I was asked to come on board, and I'm very happy to be here with Coach Matt Viator. Coach, it was an off week this week, and what's off weeks all about? What do coaches do during off weeks?
Well, I mean, the first thing you try to do is, try to let your players heal up a little bit and kind of get their legs back under them. But we did work out twice and gave them some time off and spent 2 full days recruiting, which is important, to get out and got the coaches out. So, and then came back Sunday night. So, all in all, good week. I mean, the purpose is hopefully you come back better. More rejuvenated than you were before you went in. So, but by the same token, you got to try to keep your timing and kind of what you've worked up. You can't lose it. Yeah. So there's always there's a method to the madness, I guess. But I think we come back and we're in good shape.
Coach, this is really the first break the players have had since you started in August, right?
It's been 10 straight weeks, no doubt, and because you have the 4 weeks of August camp, and then we had 6 weeks there and some tough games. So it's always great to have a break, and like I said, but the idea is you come back better off than when you left.
You bet.
That's what you're trying to accomplish, and hopefully we did that.
All right, Coach. Well, speaking of breaks, we're going to take one right now, fans, but stay with us. We're going to be back and meet some Cowboy football players and ask them about some of their pregame activities right after this pause.
When it's warm, you'd love to open every door and let fresh air into your home. The trouble is, you'd end up letting lots of bugs into your home as well. Now there's Magic Mesh, the new type of screen door that opens easily and then magically closes itself behind you. The secret isn't really magic, it's magnets. 18 magnets to be exact. When you separate them, they automatically snap back together. That makes it great for pets too, because instead of scratching and whining, they can come and go as they please. So let the fresh air in and keep those annoying bugs out with Magic Mesh, a $40 value, yours for just $19.95. But wait, call right now and we'll double the offer. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 Magic Mesh curtains for just $19.95. Don't delay. Call and order yours today.
To order Magic Mesh for $19.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-253-4794 or log on to buymagicmesh.com.
This is a special announcement for anyone in America currently faced with overwhelming financial pressures due to back taxes owed to the IRS or the state.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or other state agencies, tax resolution programs are now available that may help you deal with these problems and get your life back on track.
Time is not on your side. Take the first step toward resolution of these problems today by calling the Tax Relief Helpline now.
Call 800-261-5449.
Welcome back into more of Inside Cowboy Football. I'm your host, Ron Hayes, with McNeese head football coach Matt Viator. And because it is the off week, the bye week really, there's some player interviews that we want to share with you. Some of the guys are going to talk a little bit about their pregame ritual and the things they do, kind of give you a deeper insight into what goes on with Cowboy football. And sit back and enjoy.
We see our McNeese players take the field and giving it their all week in and week out. But us here at Inside Cowboy Football want to dig a little deeper and get to know these players just a little more. So we sat down with 6 McNeese seniors and asked them some questions on what they're like not only on the field, but off the field as well. Question 1. Do you have any pregame rituals?
What I'll normally do is I'll listen to a certain playlist that I have. I'll organize like a little bit of slow music, and then I'll go up to like the hype music and everything.
I just hate pregame. Like, I hate waiting for a game, so I just try and relax before the game and just like stay calm, because sometimes I can get like too hyped up before a game, so I just stay calm.
I wear the same wristbands for every game.
Superstitions, I mean, I don't wear like girdles and stuff that hasn't been washed in like weeks or haven't washed until games, but I just like to listen to like motivational speeches from like Muhammad Ali, Ray Lewis speeches and things to get me pumped up.
What would you want to eat before a big game?
Oh, some shrimp pasta. I love shrimp pasta. And some candy. I would like some candy too.
Really, I just try and eat fruit, because I feel like when I eat meat and stuff, it kind of slows me down. Like, I'm definitely not a vegetarian, but pre-game I am.
That helps me on the field, maybe like guys said, pasta or something small, but if I can eat anything, it would probably be a couple of slabs of ribs and some T-bones and stuff like that.
What music do you listen to get you pumped up?
I like John Mayer. I listen to some John Mayer. Lil Wayne, have a few songs, B.O.B., Hobson. Those are really the main guys that end up getting me hyped. Welcome to the real world, she said to me. Consequently, take a seat, take your life. That's a little bit.
Yeah, I just kind of sit there. Sometimes I even read a book or something.
I go out, I definitely don't read a book.
Cody makes jokes every once in a while. I mostly just like to hear him talk because of his accent. You know, he has that real country accent. Like, hi there, Wilt, you know, we got a big game this week, and things like that, you know.
What coach do you like to be around?
Chris Hampton. Coach Hamp, he's a fun guy to be around, even when he's serious. He's funny. I mean, it's just, he can't get away from it, and like, he's just somebody you want to be around, no matter who you are. He's a good person. It's fun being around him every day.
What athlete do you most admire?
Deion Sanders, because he was prime time and like he just made things happen. He's a playmaker. Chris Hampton, that's my favorite athlete.
Favorite athlete would have to be Adrian Peterson. I mean, you know, the guy's just a freak, you know, just the way he runs the ball, his attitude, him being so humble. This injury he had last year, for him to come back, 2 years ago, and for him to come back last year and do what he did is just an inspiration to me.
If you were a superhero, what would your name be and what powers would you have?
Go with my initials, I'd be Mr. High Definition, I guess. And my superpowers would probably be like flying, and then, you know, in the Skittles commercials where they turn into Skittles, like I just turn into some Skittles sometimes, or like, you know, some food when I'm hungry.
Super G, he can be invisible, he can jump high, he can run fast, he can do about anything. Transport, anything you can think of, he can do.
Probably TNT, explosion, something with speed and being able to sneak around people or be invisible. That way I can mess around with guys and stuff. So,
Super Wilts, because superpowers, I'd be able to teleport places, never be late for class, never be late for a meeting. I can go anywhere I want, you know, and leave whenever I want. Teleport to the end zone, sit hut, teleport in the end zone, 6.
What are some good memories you had while at McNeese?
When the dude was streaking last year, I think.
Nobody was expecting that. Lights go out, fireworks come on, and this guy just comes out and starts streaking. Actually, he almost got away. You know, if he'd have just took that left instead of kept going right, I think he actually got away with it.
Probably, I got to put the App State game in there, winning conference my freshman year, South Florida game, and Middle Tennessee.
It's unanimous. I have to go with the streaker. Last year for homecoming, that was pretty awesome. I mean, I'm quite sure he got in a lot of trouble, but whoever you are, thumbs up.
Make sure you come out Saturday and watch the Pokes take on Sam Houston. Reporting for Inside Cowboy Football, I'm Evan Pickle.
Fun stuff from the Cowboys during the off week. We'll be right back after this break. Welcome back into Inside Cowboy Football. We wanted to give you a chance to meet the new athletic director at McNeese, Bruce Hemphill. So let's go to the interview with Bruce right now.
Inside Cowboy Football continues, and right now I'm joined with Mr. Bruce Hemphill, who is the new McNeese athletic director who took over Tommy McClellan's position in August. So thank you for being here with us today.
Great to be with you today.
And we will welcome you first of all, of course, to Cowboy Nation. How does it feel? I know you're from Sulphur. So being so close, how does it feel to be back at McNeese?
Well, I think the key word in that, Valen, is being home. This is where I've wanted to be for a long time. Having had the opportunity to visit a lot of different colleges and work at a lot of different universities around the country, this is a dream coming back home. Not only to be home in Southwest Louisiana, but also to be working for and with McNeese State University as the athletic director.
There's no place like home.
There is not.
Okay, and so let's talk about, I know you graduated from LSU. Let's just talk about your experience in the athletic field from when you graduated there, from where you are now, all of the accolades you've kind of acquired through every job you've had in the athletic field.
Well, I think then what it's done is helped me prepare for this position that I have today. Is that I knew initially when I went to LSU, my first initial reaction and career opportunity was going to be in coaching there at LSU. Went to Louisiana Tech from LSU to be in coaching, college coaching, and then shifted gears a little bit and wanted to go into athletic administration, where I was recruiting coordinator for 2 or 3 different universities, and each spot I think I was preparing myself to be a Division I athletic director, and obviously it's worked out well.
So it was an easy decision coming here to McNeese. That's what you've always wanted to do?
Without a doubt, not only because it's home, but because of being the university that I grew up with, coming to many athletic events when I was a kid, sitting out on the hill and in the stands of McNeese Stadium, as well as going to the old barn for basketball games many years ago.
All right. Okay, and you talked, I was there for your press conference when you were hired. You talked about how your first step was going to be just listening. What out of this department, what do you think needs the most improvement or the most changes now that you've been here a little bit?
I think the big thing with that question is there's not major significant changes that need to be made. I think there'll be adjustments not only because of my personality, but because of the things that I've learned from many great people and mentors across the country at the different universities I've been to. Being able to associate and move those toward McNeese. But I think the first thing is significant changes don't need to be made. It's going to be adjustments, I think, made, and I think the big thing is finding outside revenue will be a big key. Looking at our personnel, too, along with salaries, too, student fees that we're already talking about for this coming year, and looking at the graphs that show us that McNeese is the lowest, assessing our students is the lowest in the Southland Conference. So trying to work with our students who want to take them into ownership of our athletic department, making them feel that this will make a better college experience for all of them, and then also associating that with some other things that we can find with outside revenues to raise our level of competitiveship as well as our coaches and the positive experience for our student athletes.
All right. Okay, and McNeese here is so big in tradition. How do you feel about progressing but still having that tradition? How do you make that work?
Well, one is that I was born, here in Southwest Louisiana, so keeping up with the traditions that have been around for many, many years with McNeese, not only with the Cannon, the Mystery Rider, the Jolet Blanc, which is one of the great traditions in college athletics of all time. Want to be able to continue those, but there's nothing wrong with beginning new traditions too that we'll learn and grow and as time goes on. But I am very much know that tradition, especially with all that we have with tradition and winning, creates a great atmosphere for all of our fans, all of our athletes and coaches and staff.
Okay, and you just kind of touched on it, but the Cannon, are we going to see it again soon?
I would advise you, I'm not going to give you a yes or no answer at this point, but I would advise you to, if you come out to the Sam Houston game, that you'd be more than welcome to bring earplugs.
All right.
For that one too.
Okay, so tell me, talking about all the traditions, what is your favorite?
Oh, there's no doubt, the Jolet Blanc. After every touchdown, after baskets, their basketball games and other athletic events, because it's so unique to McNeese. It's a great tradition, but you can't go anywhere else in the country that I'm aware of that has the play of Jolet Blanc. So again, making it unique and a great experience for all of our fans to get them involved after a touchdown or a goal. Field goal too is wonderful too. And being able to share in that and talk about that across the country is very great.
Well, that's all we have for you. I want to thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And we're going to turn it back to you in the studio for some more Inside Cowboy Football.
Well, Coach V, tell me real quick your impression of our new athletic director at McNeese, please.
Just extremely excited to have him. Brings a lot of experience, obviously, and a great attitude about everything. And he's been great so far. I mean, he hit the ground running and is kind of involved in everything and gets there early, stays late, and just been a tremendous addition to what we're trying to do.
Another sulphur boy made good.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm hearing. All right, we're going to go to our trivia question. Before we take this break, I'm going to ask Coach, when was the first homecoming game played at Cowboy Stadium? Think about that, Coach, and when we come back, we'll see what you got for an answer. Okay. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
When it's warm, you'd love to open every door and let fresh air into your home. The trouble is, you'd end up letting lots of bugs into your home as well. Now there's Magic Mesh, the new type of screen door that opens easily and then magically closes itself behind you. The secret isn't really magic, it's magnets, 18 magnets to be exact. When you separate them, they automatically snap back together. That makes it great for pets too, because instead of scratching and whining, they can come and go as they please. So let the fresh air in and keep those annoying bugs out with Magic Mesh, a $40 value, yours for just $19.95. But wait, call right now and we'll double the offer. Just pay separate processing and handling. You get 2 Magic Mesh curtains for just $19.95. Don't delay. Call and order yours today.
To order Magic Mesh for $19.95 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-253-4794 or log on to buymagicmesh.com.
This is a special announcement for anyone in America currently faced with overwhelming financial pressures due to back taxes owed to the IRS or the state.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or other state agencies, tax resolution programs are now available that may help you deal with these problems and get your life back on track.
Time is not on your side. Take the first step toward resolution of these problems today by calling the Tax Relief Helpline now.
Call 800-261-5449.
Welcome back into more of Inside Cowboy Football. And Coach, again, the trivia question, when was the first homecoming game in Cowboy Stadium? What do you think?
Somewhere in the 60s, that's all I...
Well, that gives you a 10-year frame, somewhere in about 1965.
Wow.
Versus Memphis. Now, you were all of 2 years old?
2 years old, Ron. It sure was.
You were probably there in the stands.
Yeah.
In your mother's arms watching.
Probably so.
All right, Coach. Good try. Okay, fans, now we're going to go to our interview with tight end coach Broderick Fobbs. Coach Fobbs was a nice addition, a return to Cowboy coaching staff, and we want you to meet him.
Inside Cowboy Football continues with our assistant coaches interview. This week's guest is Broderick Fobbs, the tight end coach for the Cowboys. Coach Fobbs, welcome.
Glad to be back.
You say back, you were previously on the coaching staff here. Tell us about your career and where you've been and how you ended up back here at McNeese.
A year ago I was offered a position to University of Southern Mississippi to coach the receivers there, and things didn't work out well for us over there, and they ended up making a change there, and ended up coming back. I've always felt at home here at McNeese State University, and my wife being from here also has a lot to do with us being back here. So Lake Charles is a great place, and we enjoy being here.
Let's talk about the tight ends that you coach. You got quite a group, but let's go down through them and talk about what they've accomplished so far this season.
First of all, there's the big guy, Nick Jacobs, who is a heck of a football player, transferred over here for us from LSU, and he's doing a great job for us. He has all of the tools that's needed in order to be successful at the tight end position. Catches the ball extremely well, blocks well, and has a great attitude. He's a really good leader for us.
Let's talk about the others. Kendall Thomas, Hetrick, those guys are doing a good job as well.
They are doing a good job. Kendall Thomas has been a steady performer here year in and year out. Does a great job of blocking. He's not very flashy, but he does a lot of the blue-collar work, and Zach does the same thing as well.
We've got a big ball game coming up against Sam Houston State, obviously. What will be the game plan for utilizing our tight ends?
We basically want to be able to run the football. We believe our tight end position, along with our O-line position, are the cornerstone of our offense. And when we're able to run the football, that also allows us to do some other things in the passing game. So first of all, we want to be able to run the football and run the football outside and inside, and then also be able to throw the football downfield from there.
Playing the Bearcats has proven to be quite a challenge. They've been outstanding the last couple of years. It's a big test for the Cowboys.
It definitely is. It's definitely a test that our guys are looking forward to. Being that we have a week off, that's always good. It allows us to get ourselves healthy and back ready to roll, and then focus 2 weeks on Sam Houston State.
What are the things that they do defensively well that are a challenge to the offense for the Cowboys?
Well, first of all, we feel that they're very experienced. They've played a lot more football games, being in the playoffs so deeply, and then also playing in the championship games. So that gives them a little bit of an advantage because they have a little bit of experience. But they do a good job of playing football, running, stopping the run, and then also they do a good job of running to the football.
All right, thanks, Coach Fobbs, for being with us on Inside Cowboy Football.
Well, Coach Viator, tell me a little bit about Coach Fobbs' impact on your team this year.
Ron, just, for us to get him back was awesome. Great person, really good coach, great mentor to the young men on our football team. And I said we had a chance to get him back. We jumped at it for sure. And he and I have similar backgrounds. We're both coaches' kids and have been around the business a long time. And I certainly enjoy working with him.
All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We're going to take a break and be back. We're going to be talking about Sam Houston, the upcoming opponent this weekend, right after this pause. Welcome back into Inside Cowboy Football with head coach Matt Viator. I'm your guest host Ron Hayes this week. And Coach, you hear it a million times in football, big game coming up, big game coming up, big game coming up. There literally is a big game coming up for McNeese this weekend, right? Sam Houston coming to town.
No doubt about it. It's obviously big in the conference standings, but, anytime you get the number 2 team in the country coming into your place to play, 2-time defending conference champs, two-time runner-up, national finals the last 2 years. Just an extremely good football team, very well coached, and kind of an old-school team when you look at them. I mean, they run the football, they stop the run. That's what they do, and they do a great job of it. And so the names are still familiar from the last few years. Tim Flanders, Richard Sincere, Brian Bell.
How do you stop Tim Flanders?
It's a good question.
Does anybody know how to stop him?
Well, I mean, the main thing is that you got to get multiple people there. He's as talented of a back. I've been in the South now 15 years, and he's as talented as I've seen. I mean, he has the ability to run inside and outside, which makes it certainly hard to defend. But what they've done a great job of is putting good players around him too. So you can't just focus on him.
All right. Well, it's going to be a big weekend to say the very least. Homecoming weekend. Don't forget, there's a lot of things going on. There's parades, there's golf tournaments, there's all sorts of things. And hopefully you'll be right in the middle of it with us and Coach Viator and the football team. Coach and I got to run now. Coach, good luck to you.
Thank you, Ron.
We're going to go take our makeup off and get ready for the football game, to say the very least. We're going to leave you with a look at some of the highlights so far this season. So we'll see you again next week.